Here we go.
I'm not ready.
Alright guys, this is our
Update.
Date up. Alright, what you're looking at post-walks. We uploaded a walks video. It gives you a really good idea of your day-to-day. It's on this channel if you guys want to check it out. Bam, so you got your bar. You got your dot. Your
$1,000 dot.
Your $1,000 dot. You're a warrant officer now. What is next? What are you looking at in flight training post-walks? First off, you got warrant officer basic course. Right out of the gate, you'll cover combat vehicle identification, supply, maintenance, everything that goes into the behind the scenes of being a warrant officer. It's your first step into being branch qualified. That goes on for 21 days. It's a 3-week course. Covers some good stuff. Post WOBIC, you'll go to the Dunker. Now, I'm sure you guys have Googled a lot of videos on the Dunker. There's a lot of links to see what that's like. We weren't doing a lot of filming during the Dunker. I didn't necessarily enjoy the Dunker. I was just trying to live through it.
I thought it was awesome.
But, I mean,
a lot of fun. What's
cool about the Dunker is they put you in every airframe. So you'll get proficient in getting out of the 64 and the 60 and the 47 and the 72. You'll learn how to ditch and get out of that. So it's good training. Following that, you'll start SEER. And
here's everything that I can tell you and everything that you need to know about SEER. So listen very closely. Okay, they want to know about SEER?
Yeah, so that about covers SEER. Phenomenal training. It is what it is. Bam! So you're a SEER graduate. You get your little certificate. What's next? Primary. Common Core. You're going to fly one of two aircraft. You're going to fly the LUH-72 or you're going to fly the 67. Both have their ups and downs, but right now I think it's 3-to-1. You'll fly. There's 3 72 classes to 1 67. That may change. I don't know. That's all on when you graduate SEER and needs of the Army and projected class dates and all that good stuff. Cool. So you start at flight school. What's first? You got your contact phase. It's where you're going to learn to hover. It's where you're going to learn to do traffic patterns. It's going to learn to climb and land and emergency procedures, and they're going to beat those into you pretty heavy. And that's your first stage of flight school. And there's a check ride. It's pretty straightforward. Hey, if in the event of emergency, can you react, do the underlying steps? You'll learn about all that good stuff. But your first phase is emergency procedures and how to react to those. Following your graduation from that check ride or your post-check ride, you got BI, basic instruments. I'll let this guy cover instruments.
Okay, so basic instruments. So the reason he's letting me cover is because he got Apaches, I got fixed wing. Fixed wing is kind of an instrument nut, and then Apaches, they're VFR junkies.
Guns,
yeah. Okay. Anyway, so instruments are going to go over holding, VORs, GPS approaches, ILSs. They're going to go over all the different stuff. If those of you who have any flight experience that might have some background in this, but it's really not going to matter a whole lot because they're going to want you to do it the way they want you to do it. Instruments in general is kind of basic as far as the FAA and everybody else has the same way of doing it. But BI is basically a month of simulators. You're going to do a BI check ride. That's also done in the simulator. It's pretty cool because they can make any sort of condition they want to make, and then you're gonna
look at a gray screen for 30 days.
You're gonna suck your soul in a.
It's good stuff. Yeah, it'll save your life. It really will. So BI is important. Make sure you grasp that. There's a lot of studying in BI. Post BI, you go to ARWIS, Advanced Rotary Wing Skills. That's where you take everything you learn in BI and everything you learn in transition or contact or your first phase, and you put it to the test. Hey, can you take this helicopter and can you fly IFR? Can you fill out an IFR flight plan? Can you navigate? Can you do everything you need to do as an IFR-rated pilot? This will be the stage where you're also opted to take the commercial instrument test. That's here at Fort Rucker. So if you're interested in getting FAA certified, if you're interested in getting civilian certs and ratings, this will be when you're actually eligible to go do that. I highly recommend it. It's like $130. There's a course. It's right outside of base. You study it. You take the course. You take the test. It's during the weekend. And once you graduate flight school, boom, you're a commercial instrument-rated helicopter pilot.
And we're not paid and or sponsored by them. It's just a good deal.
Why wouldn't you get these certs? These certs are $100,000 certs, civilian sector. So check that out once you get here. Cool. Bam, you graduate ARWIS. You take your check ride. You show proficiency in instruments. And then your next phase is basic tactical navigation. You'll make a map book. It's the map of the surrounding areas. It's the local corridors and the RTs, the remote training areas. All that good stuff goes into it. You'll make that. And then you'll show that you can take everything you've learned as a helicopter pilot for the Army, and you'll show you know how to utilize that and fly tactically. You can do recons, you can enter an RT, you can exit an RT, you can navigate low to the ground, all the good stuff that goes with being an Army aviator. That's all your introduction.
That's the intro to that phase.
Right, so you show proficiency in that, you take a quick check ride, and then boom, you start BWS, Basic Warfighter Skills. It's your final stage of primary. It's where you're introduced to contact fire, reacting to fire, call for fires, doing recons, doing route recons, and all the things that you're going to be asked to do as an Army aviator is introduced during BWS.
It's a lot of fun. You're flying low. You're having fun. It's a good time.
You're flying fast. You're flying low. You're doing Army stuff. And they also introduced night vision goggles in this phase where you'll do your first night flights. Not a huge fan. As an Apache guy, I'm pretty spoiled with FLIR. But I know a lot of people that enjoy flying night vision goggles. You'll learn all about that good stuff. That's all part of Basic Warfighter Skills. You'll take a check ride, show proficiency in everything you've learned up to that point, and then bam, you're done with Common Core. What's your last box to check? It's your PT test. Now that's something we want to kind of cover. I know we've covered it in previous videos. But
it's like the fourth one you're going to take. You're going to take a lot of PT tests here. So while you're in flight school, you're not going to have a lot of time, but you got to find the time to try to get some running in, try to stay in shape, go to the gym, because it counts towards your OML.
Does it? Does it?
It does count towards
your. Does it?
Mm-hmm.
It does.
It does.
All right, cool. You passed your PT test.
Making me question myself.
What's next? You're gonna go in. You're gonna go into your company, and you're gonna find out where you rank in your OML, your Order of Merits list. Where did you rank in comparison to the other people in your flight class, and how is that gonna dictate where you get to select? You figure out your ranking, and then boom, selection day rolls around. It's the day you've been waiting for since you decided you wanted to be an Army aviator. I was sick to my stomach the entire day. Right, so you show up. It's at like 9 or 10 in the morning.
Dancing in the hallway.
Yeah, and you show up.
Pacing.
And there's a board covering a whiteboard. There's like a smart board covering a whiteboard, and they raise that up slowly, and it's a big moment. And you see what is there for selection. You got your 64s and your 60s and your 47s and your C12s, and what do you want? How hard did you work? That's where it's all going to boil down. So you'll select what you want. Congratulations, everyone claps. It's a really feel-good moment, and that'll dictate the next at least 6 years of your life. Following that, you'll start your advanced course. Now, I can talk to you a little bit about the Black Hawk course. I got some friends who are in the Black Hawk course. My guy over here is flying the C-12s, and I'm in the 64s. So I'll cover a little bit about the 64s, a little bit about the Black Hawks, and then I'll let him cover the C-12s and what that program's looking for. So you report, bam, you're starting your advanced airframe. That's what you've been working towards. In the Apache's the only course that has academics the entire way through the course. Not because it's harder, it's just it's longer and there's more that goes into it, especially with gunnery. So you'll start academics 2 weeks before you actually start flying the Apache. Your first phase in the Apache is you're flying a contact. You're learning how to do everything you did in the Lakota or the 67, but you're doing it in the Apache. It's all traffic patterns, emergency procedures, making you a sufficient enough aviator in the 64. You move on from that, you'll move into the bag phase, which is when they block out the visual references. You learn to fly using your NVS system, which is that little monocle that covers your eye that you've seen in all the videos of the Apache. And then after that, you're going to nights. You'll do everything you did in the bag, but you'll fly during night. Post that, you got your day gunnery, your dry fires, your live fires, your running fires, your diving fires, all the stuff that makes you a gun guy.
Which they're outside doing right now.
And then you'll do it at night. Now. Your last phase of the Apache course is night gunnery. I know for the Black Hawk course, the first phase, you're going to do transition. You're going to do the same thing the Apache does, learn how to actually fly it, learn the systems, learn the emergency procedures. Then you're going to jump into instruments. Then you're going to jump into going into RTs and coming out of RTs and multi-ship training and all the cool stuff that Black Hawks do. And then your final phase will be nights, doing kind of what you were doing in BWS, but in the 60 course. I assume the 47 course is a lot like that, if that's what you're looking to do. But I'll let him cover the C12 course.
Yeah, I don't think either of us really know many people in the 47 course. It wasn't a really hot ticket item. I think in our selection or the selection beforehand, very few people got it. It's kind of a mystery to me. A lot of the National Guard people did it. But to cover what we do know, the fixed wing course. So I did not expect fixed wing. I ended up with fixed wing, and I had a lot of fun during a couple portions, and there's a couple portions that with everything it's a little redundant, but it's still pretty cool that we get to go to 25,000+ feet. So the way the fixed wing course works is they're going to do kind of another contact thing, just the same way as the Apaches and 60s and everything else. They're going to teach you how to get proficient in the fixed wing world. So what they do is there's an aircraft called the Grob 120. Grob 120 is a aerobatic aircraft. They're going to kind of introduce you into like what's the difference between flying an airplane as opposed to flying a helicopter, because my first flight experience was with a helicopter, so I ended up bringing some of those habits into the fixed wing world.
Helicopterisms.
Yeah, that. So during that phase, though, it's a ton of fun. You're going to learn a lot of stuff as far as, you're going fast. It's a cool little airplane. I wish they'd slap some guns on it and let us do gun stuff too, but they don't.
I gotta sneeze.
He's going to do that again. So anyway, hey, he does this all the time. It's
It gets stuck. Y'all
Bless
know
you.
when it gets
So
stuck.
anyway, so there's going to be a week there. It's going to be the most fun you probably ever had in flight school. At least it was for me, and that's the part where they let you actually go inverted, which is for like long periods of time. Yeah, you do the sort of Top Gun stuff, not really, but anyway. You get to do a lot of rolls, spins, higher G maneuvers, not high G maneuvers, but higher G maneuvers. But you can do the inverted thing, and it's a lot of fun. Then you're gonna get out of that. You're gonna graduate from that. You're never gonna see that aircraft again in your life. And then you're gonna go to the C-12 U-1. Then you're gonna go fly out in Dothan. It's actually a separate company that does it, but then you're gonna learn the whole dual engine concepts and single engine. You're gonna do the whole EPs, 5.9s. New academics, new aerodynamics, all that kind of stuff, and they familiarize you with that. I just finished today, actually, and I'm moving on to Wolbeck Bravo, which
Your last phase of flight school.
that's the last phase.
So, bam! What's a day in the life of a flight student in the United States Army look like?
Tired?
Tired. So there's two schedules. You got your AM and you got your PM. Let's just talk about AM and then just flip-flop the two for PM. So AM's, you're getting up early. You're getting up way early. And the reason you're getting up early is you got a lot of bus riding to do. And this is no exaggeration that you'll wait or ride a bus longer than you will fly. It is what it is. It's the nature of the beast. So you're getting up at 3:30 on AMs, right? Bam, you're awake. You're heading to base. You're heading to the bus. So you catch the bus at 4:30. Right, you normally get to the airfield around 5:15, 5:20, once everyone's loaded and it gets out there. Following that, you're going to start your pilot brief, right? This is around 5:30. You're going to talk about daily questions, the mission planning, the mission brief, what you're looking to accomplish that day. You go over all that good stuff, and then your IPs, you're released to your IPs. So they cover EPs and limits, they cover whatever homework they gave you, and they talk about what you're looking to accomplish that day. For instance, if you're doing instruments, you brief your instrument flight plan, your 175. You go over everything you're trying to accomplish that day, and then you go out to the aircraft and you actually do it. Downtime is at 11 for AMs, so 11 p.m. or AM. You get home, you get back on that bus. It takes you back to the parking lot, and you get about an hour, hour and a half for lunch. You're looking at academics starting around 1300, 1330. You'll do academics until what? 1700?
Yeah, sometimes
max.
17.
You'll be home about 1700. Once you get home, you'll try to squeeze in a PT session, you'll get some dinner, and then you'll hit the books again because you got some homework to do. It's hard on the family. It really is hard on your family. It's hard on your social life. You have to really want to do this. It's not impossible, trust me. We're really dumb. Like, really dumb. So if we can do it, you guys can absolutely do it. You just got to be focused, and it's got to be what you want to do. This was our quick update video.
Don't let us fool you. It's worth every second. Everything that we said in the beginning when we started this, back before Warrant Officer Cannon School, back when we were super pumped and super motivated, it's still the same. We've just now been through it. We're a little tired because we both got up pretty early this morning. All right, but nonetheless, there's parts. You're gonna get life sucks, but I don't question this decision at all. This has been the time of my life, and I think he can say the same, and it still is.
Best job I ever had. So if you guys have any follow-on questions, hit us up in the comments. We'll have a little bit more spare time in the next few months, getting ready to PCS on out of here. So I hope it helped, guys, and
we can try to put flight stuff in there. I just don't want to put flight stuff in there.